It's hot as balls today. It's gonna be like 90 degrees. I don't know what it is right now, but yeah, so I'm gonna be probably sweating profusely during this video, and that's fine. But I also don't know how long I have to film today, so we're gonna do our best, and then if I have to stop the video abruptly or something, or I can't complete the topic, maybe it doesn't go up. I don't know. But also, I'm like, I put up almost every video I make, so unless I have a good reason not to. Okay, so in case you haven't noticed, I'm very out of it. I'm not doing well. Um, uh, so, um, I determined I probably gonna make another visit to the psych ward today. For those who don't know, in my adult life, I have been in the psych ward a total of 11 times, I think was the count. And so, apparently today might be my 12th of the so, it's been bad. It's been bad. Uh, it's been bad. And, that's, but I don't know, I'm not talking well. I'm not talking well. I'm drowning in stress. I'm drowning in stress. I'm drowning in a lot of stuff. And I mean, there's been some good things going on. I don't know who saw the short I made, but I did go to a pride party, and I did ask a girl out that I have been meaning to ask out for a while. She said she wants to think about it a little bit. She didn't want to answer while she was drunk, and I was like, that's fair. You have time. So I have a feeling she's gonna forget to answer me. She doesn't ever check her messages, ever. And I have a feeling she's just gonna completely forget to answer me, and that's fine. But so that's that. that's that thing that's gonna happen or not happen, and we'll see either way. And I will probably say something if she says yes. I'll probably say something if she says no too. Could go either way. So it's like, why, you just went to a party, you had fun, because I did have fun. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of cool people there. I really like this group of friends. They're really fun to be around. It's really nice to be around other queer people, and especially trans people. There are a few trans people aside from myself in the group. And like, queerness is an umbrella. Like I firmly believe, queer encompasses all of us. We all belong here. We all belong under that umbrella, and we all share community. And I don't like the exclusivity that has arisen in some parts of the internet or even in real life. Like there have been some I don't know, just sometimes a tone of like inside versus outside within the community, and that bothers me. So I never want to speak as if I believe that, because I don't. If you are queer, if you identify as queer in any way, you belong with all of us. There shouldn't be these lines of, well, you're not gay enough or whatever. And I think most queer people, like, I do think most queer people, ascribe to that. I don't think it's the majority of people who who are kind of gatekeeping the space, but you know, I don't know. That's also another topic that I don't know. This isn't the video to go into that. I'm too tired to have that discussion. I'm gonna say something that I don't mean. But what I was originally trying to say is, you know, it is also just nice to be around other people who are also trans. Like, I feel like being trans is such a specific, unique experience that is really, really difficult to relate to if you are not that. And of course, like, allyship of any kind is always like welcome, encouraged, and there are some really cool people who have been you know, really accepting to me and my journey with it and stuff. But also, you know, it is nice to just it is sometimes nice to remember I am not the only trans person in the world, which obviously I know I'm not, but it can feel like it in a town like this. It can feel like I'm the only one. And I'm not. I'm not. I know, and even outside of the group I'm with, there are more trans people here, you know. I know that. They're probably hiding for good reason. They're probably not hanging out much because so yeah, anyway. But yeah, so it's like, you just asked a girl out. You're still waiting on an answer. You just hung out with friends and had a really good time. And why do you have to go to the hospital? Why are you doing so bad that you have to go to the hospital if you know, literally last week had a really great time? And it's like, well, it frustrates me too. I wish I wasn't. I don't know. You know, and the only reason I'm not at the hospital like right now, because for the majority of people, if you feel like you need to go get psychiatric help, you should go immediately. That is like 9 times out of 10 you should go immediately. The only reason that I am not there right now is because I know myself very well. I've been again, I've been to the psych ward a total of 11 times in my adult life. I know my warning signs. I know when it's time to go, and I know when I can manage to wait a bit. If you are not a person who has been to the psych ward that many times, and you have not been over with your therapist again and again, you like your habits, the way that your suicidal ideation manifests, you know, if you are not yet an expert in your own understanding of your level of risk, always go immediately as soon as you can. And that's what I did the first several times that I had to go, because I didn't know myself back then. I didn't know my limits. I didn't know whether I would be safe or not if I stayed. So the only reason that I'm talking about it in the way that I am, that it's like, ugh, I have to go today, is because I know myself. I know myself very well. And I have been in the mental health system for a very long time. And, you know, I know myself enough to be able to, because sometimes just the knowledge that I'm about to go get help can stave off urges of action, you know? So, yeah, you have to know yourself very well if that is going to be your choice. I always recommend go as soon as you know you need to go. Go as soon as you feel you're at risk. That is the general rule. Because your safety is top priority, always. So, you know, and that's what the hospital is for at the end of the day, is you cannot keep yourself safe. And I know where I'm at right now. If I were to not go, I could not promise my own safety. But knowing that I'm about to go, I know I can wait long enough to get there and get the help that I need. So Yeah, that's my disclaimer there. But, you know, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But, you know, it's been rough. It's been really fucking rough, here lately. You know, I have a lot of factors stacked against me. I have a lot of factors stacked against me. You know, being trans, and being unable to live as your identity in the spaces you occupy is torture. You know, it's horrific. It is inhumane to treat trans people the way that my environment is treating me. You know, I never want to throw anyone under the bus, but also I recognize that sharing my experience is part of this channel, and sharing my experience is part of what can help people, you know? And it is just the reality that my identity is not accepted and not respected. And there are multiple factors that feed into that. Some of them, I don't know. There's a lot of factors that feed into it. A few days ago, a family member and I got into an argument, and this family member said to me, "You are not my son." And, you know, how am I supposed to respond to that, you know? And, you know, what they meant was, I don't know if it matters what they meant. And, you know, earlier this year, another family member said to me that, you know, it's a guarantee that one day I will kill myself. It's a guarantee that someday I'm going to commit suicide. And it's hard because I just don't have the energy to cry about it anymore sometimes. Like, I do a lot of crying, and then sometimes I'm just out. Excuse you, child. I feel like I haven't been feeling much of anything lately. You know, my brain feels foggy. I'm not managing sleep super consistently. I'm not eating well, you know. I'm either not eating enough some days or binging other days, you know. Struggling to even get 2 meals a day, honestly. And then sometimes the one meal I get is bigger than it should be. I'm exhausted. I'm extremely exhausted. I'm fucking so tired. I'm so fucking tired. I'm just so fucking tired right now. Excuse you. Is that important? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. You know, I don't want to go to the psych ward, but I also know that when I get like this, there isn't any other way for me to pull myself up from this. That's the thing. Is when I get into this space, I am incapable of pulling myself out without help, and I end up having to go to the psych ward, and I'm upset about it because there's stuff I've been wanting to do. There was something I wanted to have done by a certain day this week that isn't going to happen, and I will be in the psych ward for that day, I'm sure. So, but I'm also, not really able to work on the things that I want to work on right now because I'm just not doing good, My thoughts are dark, and I spend most nights, crying and panicking and catastrophizing about random shit. I hope my dog isn't doing something stupid. He sounds suspicious right now. He sounds like he's doing something suspicious, and I really just gotta hope he's not, because I do not want to get up. I don't want to get up right now. I'm so tired. Honey, if you're eating something, please don't. But yeah. Oh, he stopped. Whatever he was doing, he stopped. Okay, anyway. My focus is amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It's, my brain's super foggy. I can't think very well. And, I don't want to go because... Let me tell you the reasons I don't want to go, because it might not be the reasons you think I don't want to go. The reasons I don't want to go. The beds suck, and my back fucking hurts, because I don't know, I did something while I was fucking cleaning my room the other day, so my back fucking hurts. And the beds are like... At the one I go to, at least, the beds are like... The mattress is like this thick on solid wood. It's not... Okay, they're maybe like this thick. But, and then the pillows are like this thick. No, that's an exaggeration. But, so I know I'm gonna go and my back is gonna fucking kill me the entire time. Not a good reason not to go to the hospital to get help. Not a good reason, to not go. So, but there's that. And then just, like every other person on the planet, I'm slightly addicted to my computer and my, whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to write, which is what I've been doing lately. That's been really nice. I've been doing some writing, and that's been nice. Not enough to keep me out of the hospital. It's just frustrating because it's just been night after night. I've just been like, I feel hopeless. I want to die. I, feel like nothing in my life is ever going to get better. And that is a frustrating place to be, especially because, like, I know I have truly so many things to be grateful for. I have an uncountable number of things to be grateful for right now in my life. I really do. I truly do. I've been given a lot. I have been given a lot. I've been given a lot that I don't deserve. You know, one could say God has been very good to me. One could also say that the world has been very not good to me. You know, I never want to lack gratitude for the things that deserve it, you know. And also, you know, you know, I still hear, you know, you're not my son, you know, and that hurt. It hurt a lot. It hurt a lot. It hurt so much I can't even cry about it. Don't you find that the very worst things in the world are the things you can't cry about sometimes? It's like, it just cuts so deep and hurts so bad that you just don't even have the strength to cry about it anymore. And I love my family. I do love my family. If you've watched my channel by now, you know I love my family. Despite everything. Because the fault at the end of the day is not theirs, in my opinion. The fault is that they have not been educated on my existence. You know, we live in a world right now where the government is trying to erase us from existence. There are a lot of people in power who want people like me to be gone, eradicated. You know, there's so much that there's so much in this world that, you know, could be prevented with better education for everyone. You know, even our government isn't educated on us. You know, trans people, queer people. You know, people online were kind of making fun of the whole that whole thing where it was like, I can't remember how it was phrased. Shit, I can't remember how it was phrased. But it was something that was written into law that was basically like, you just said that there's that only one gender exists, like, because they were trying to erase trans people and they didn't understand the language they were using. I can't remember it. I wish I remembered it, because I can't remember the details. My brain is real foggy. I haven't even taken pain medicine. This is just how I am right now. You know. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. And it's hard because, you know, the thing we need most right now is community. You know, if I had a place to go other than the hospital, you know, if I had, you know, a house to crash at or something. And this is not me, like, saying that the people in my life or the friends in my life, you know, should be offering that. That is up to an individual to offer their space, and that is a very generous thing to offer your space. And please don't take any of this as me being like, my friends should be, you know, that's not what this is. But what I'm saying is, it is unfortunate that America has encouraged so deeply this concept of individualism and, pull yourself up by your bootstraps thing. It is wildly pervasive in our culture that the most important thing is being able to take care of yourself and being able to pull yourself out of anything that you find yourself in. And I'm not saying that there is, it's not black and white. There are ways that oh no, sorry. There are ways that it's like, there are things I could be doing better. There are behaviors that I probably should be working on a little bit more. There is a level of you do have to take care of yourself. You have to put work into taking care of yourself. That is part of mental health maintenance and recovery, is taking care of yourself, putting yourself first in a lot of ways, prioritizing your health. It's the whole thing of, you can't put someone else's gas mask on if you don't have yours on. A plane crashing, and then if you don't put your oxygen on first, you can't help anyone else. So there is that, but it also is a little frustrating that the only place I can go to escape an environment that is killing me is a hospital. In an ideal world, I feel like that shouldn't necessarily have to be the case. I feel like, again, please do not hear what I'm not saying. This is in no way a judgment of anybody in my life at all. This is more of a comment on the grander scheme of things, because the reason a lot of times that people do not have the bandwidth to do something like that, to is very real, like, barriers in place, right? Like, everybody's got their own shit to work on, or their own shit they're dealing with, and it is. I feel like I'm not saying this the way that I want to, or I feel like I'm bleh. I feel like I'm implying something I'm not trying to imply. I feel like I'm not phrasing things the way that I want to. Community is vitally important. There was a time, long time ago, when, long time ago, when the only way people like me survived was through the kindness of the community around them, because there weren't structures in place like hospitals, and there weren't, like these systemic resources built in to address the problem. It was basically, people like me, you'd either die if your community didn't take care of you. Someone who can't work, who is disabled, chronically ill, in constant pain, limited executive function to do things, can't work. And I think our society has, it's changed in a way that it's like, people think that because there are these structures like this, that, the system will take care of them. There's a lot of mindsets around people like me that it's the system will handle it. The system can handle it. And the system helps with a lot of things. Having a hospital available to me means I get to survive, you know? That resource is vital to my survival and is the only reason that I'm still around, to be quite frank. But also, I think people forget that the systems in place are very beneficial, but they lack something that only community can provide. Only, you know, things like family and community can provide, you know, compassion and you know, the type of love that I think is needed for people who are suffering as much as I am. I'm not saying I have it the worst. I'm just using myself as an example because there are more people like me. You know, there's a lot of people like me. Whenever I go to the hospital, I see many, many people like me. And the ones who go there the most frequently just don't have a community or family to help them when they feel like this, you know. So, you know, I don't want to be saying something that I'm not meaning. It's not like the people in my life owe me a place or something. It's not like the people in my life owe me anything. I'm more commenting on the cultural, like the larger cultural societal standard of thinking that people who are suffering, you know, chuck them in the hospital, chuck them in a group home, you know, send them off somewhere where someone will take care of it, right? Someone will take care of them. And I just wish, because I know there are other cultures that you know, have a bit more of a community-based mindset. America is very much about the individual, and there are other cultures that are a little bit more about senses of community, you know. And I'm not saying that necessarily, you know, every culture, every society, every group of people has its problems. I'm not trying to paint it out that like, oh, that's a utopia or something like that. You know, it's there are you know what I'm saying and you know what I'm not saying, right? Right? You're following me, right? You're not hearing something I'm not saying, right? If I had, oh great, now I'm about to possibly say something that I can't back up. I don't know. I would like to think that if I had, you know, a house of my own in this economy, but you know, that I'd want to create a space for, you know, I don't know. There are just some realities about the world. There's just some realities about, you know, I think most people don't know how much pain I'm in, if I'm honest. I think most people don't understand how much pain I'm in. And I think that's true for a lot of us who are suffering this way, you know? It's easy to just sit, you know, to hear, you know, I don't know. My brain is so foggy I can't think. I feel like I'm saying things I don't mean to say here. I feel like I'm making implications that I don't want to be making. it's a miracle I'm alive, you know. I'm in very severe pain, and I can't articulate all of it. Not here anyway, or anywhere that, you know, is open to me. There's a lot of pain that I'm in that that comes from things I don't talk about on here. You know, I try to talk about what's helpful. There are aspects of my experience that I don't understand still. There are aspects of my experience that don't yet have a clinical explanation. At least not one that I can understand. Excuse me. I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to. I don't want to. But I'm not eating. I'm not drinking. My medicine isn't helping the way it usually does, because I'm just doing so bad that it's not enough. I'm in pain. My sores are acting up. I'm not able to sleep. Not well anyway. I have, like, no memory of anything. Can't even remember what I ate for breakfast today. I don't have energy to work on anything. You know, I'm struggling to see any answer to the hopelessness other than taking myself out, you know? And that's not the answer. Is the thing is, I know that's not the answer. You know, I know removing myself from the earth is not the answer. I know that. That's why I'm going, you know? I don't want to make someone find me. My family might have said really hurtful things, but no one deserves to find someone like that. No one deserves that. No one deserves that. No one deserves to find a family member like that, you know? I just don't know how anything can get better. I can't see how anything can get better. I can't. And, you know, I mean, I firmly believe that as long as you're breathing, you know, there's always a chance, you know, as long as you're breathing, there's always a chance things can get better. The only way you remove hope from your life is by, you know, killing yourself. That's the only way that that's the only way that there's no hope at all. Things are always changing. The world is always changing around us. Sometimes for worse, but sometimes for the better, you know? We're in a really dark time in our country right now. It's a really dark time right now. And I think that, you know, sometimes it takes the dark times for for people to remember that we have to be here for each other, you know? At the end of the day, your family, your community, the people around you, the people who support you, at the end of the day, that is how we survive. All of us, not just people like me. You know? No one should ever have to face life alone. Even if you're not suffering as much as I am, no one should ever have to face life alone at all, ever. And it just sucks that some of us need more support than our community is able to give us. I think that's what I'm trying to say, is that you know, I cannot expect my community to give me what I need, because I need more than my community is equipped to handle. And that's just a reality. There are some people like that. There are some of us like that we just need more. We need more from the people around us, and sometimes the people around us can't give us that. And that's nobody's fault. That doesn't make anyone the villain. That does not make anyone the villain. Please do not hear what I'm not saying. That doesn't make anyone the villain. There are no villains. That's the thing. The villains are things like greed and capitalism and, you know, belief in a system over a people. Those are the things that are the villains. You know, when we start villainizing each other, that's how we build. That's how we build a structure of isolation. You know. We need some radical fucking changes in our world right now. We need some radical fucking changes in how we view each other and how we view community, and in how we treat people like me and people not like me, you know? I'm just one example. I can only be myself. I can only be one example of, you know, there are experiences I don't have that, you know, also need to be heard. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It is just frustrating to me that when I'm like this, you know, the only structure in place to deal with me is to, you know, put me in the hospital. And again, I'm grateful for the resource that the hospital is. I would not be alive if it weren't for the hospital. It is an important resource, and one that I think everyone should utilize if they feel they need it, because, you know, you have to survive no matter what. You always have to. And whenever I go to the psych ward, I always meet wonderful people. Always. Every time. Every time. Every time I've gone, I've met many people who, you know, are kind, you know, and all of us, you know, all of us who are there want to die, you know. And I think that's why we can be kind, because we all know what it feels like to, you know, to feel that hopelessness. You know, to feel like, you know, I need to take myself out of this world. There's, you know, there's no hope. You know, everybody in there knows what that feels like. I truly believe compassion can only grow from suffering. And I don't think that means that you... I don't think that means you should artificially increase your suffering to to learn compassion. I think most times life will give you enough anyway. But it's your choice to take that suffering and learn compassion from it, you know. I think that's... I always find the most compassionate people are the ones who've suffered the most. And the ones who are the least compassionate have not known suffering. That's just what I've found to be true. And that's why I think, you know, at the psych ward, you know, the people there, you know, they're always some of the most compassionate people. They really are. And I'm not talking about the staff. I'm talking about the other patients. You know, there's a special kind of community that's created in a place like that. Something that you really can't find elsewhere, I think. You know, because it sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun to go. It's not fun to be there. It's not fun. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be fun, but it is, you know, it is a vital resource that, you know, should be utilized. I keep promising that I'm going to make, like, a psych ward survival guide video. I'm sure it'll happen someday. I don't know when. I was gonna actually talk about that today, and then I realized, no, I don't have the brain for that. I do not have the brain to, excuse me. I do not have the brain to do that right now, because I can barely think. And I just wanted to film because, I don't know. I like filming, that's why. Can't film when I go, so might as well get one more out of the way before I go. So... God, it's gonna be so hot. Well, it's not gonna be hot inside. They usually keep it pretty cool, which is nice, but... The one I go to, we are able to have some outside time. Again, this isn't the Psych Ward Survival Guide video, but I will, you know, I guess, whatever. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Most psych wards have allotted time for, like, smoking, so you can go outside and smoke if that is something that you need to do, which is good. And a lot of times we'll go out with, you know, those of us who don't smoke, I don't smoke, we'll go out with them just to get some fresh air. And the one I go to has a little basketball hoop outside that I always, like, mess with. Which is really funny because I'm blind as fuck, but but there's a certain amount of muscle memory that comes with, like, with that. I'm not good. I want to say that loud and fucking clear. I'm not good, but I do like doing that. I used to, in high school, before school every day, I would just shoot the basketball, like, the entire time. Because it was fun, so it's nice that the psych ward has that. The one I go to is a good one, and I've said this over and over again, but if you need to go to a psych ward, try to do a little bit of research if you can. Again, your safety is top priority, so, like, if you need to go and it's an emergency, just go. Just fucking go. If you think you ever might need a psych ward, if you know your mental health struggles enough that might be something you need, I would recommend doing some research in your area. And if you can't figure one out, the rumor mill will tell you when you get to whatever one you go to. Because that's how I found out about the one I go to now, is the first few visits were to other psych wards, and everyone was talking about the one I go to now, and so, yeah, because it's, I go to the best one in the area. I say in the area, it's like an hour away, but it's worth the drive. So, I don't know. I'd like to have a day where I'm not visiting the psych ward on a regular basis. Semi-annual basis? Sometimes more. So most of my psych ward trips have been since 2020. The grand majority of them. I think possibly around 9 of them have been since 2020. So, yeah, definitely more than a semi-annual basis. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, but I've been trying to do what I can to pull myself out of where I'm at right now, and I'm just incapable. I'm incapable of doing it myself, and sometimes that is the just realizing when you need help. Sometimes I'm not great at asking for help. A lot of times I'm not great at asking for help because I don't know how to ask for help, because I don't know what I need help with. That is one thing I struggle with a lot, is because I have so many fucking problems. I have so much shit stacked against me. I have so much going on in my life that is causing suffering, and I never know which thing to ask for help with, or which thing to, like, and that's one of the most frustrating things, is like, I have a therapist. I go to my therapist, and it's like, I can only talk about one thing. We only have an hour. I can only talk about one thing. What's the thing I'm going to choose to talk about? I have to pick something that's going to help until the next thing. So, that is something that I find difficult, is understanding what I'm needing help with. Because, I don't want to be resistant to my care, even though some doctors have said I am. It's like, listen, I'm not being resistant to treatment. It is not being resistant to treatment if you gave me a medication that is not right for my set of circumstances, and I refuse that medication. I'm not a doctor, but I am an expert in my own experience. I know my own experience. And that is true of all of us, is you are an expert in your own experience. And doctors, you should, doctors do have knowledge that we as, just normal fucking people don't have, right? Like, it is important that you listen to your doctor. Asterisk. There are some of us who are not treated humanely by the medical system. And both of those things are true. Both of those things are true. It's important to listen to your doctors. It's important to listen to your therapist. It's important to listen to, your care team. Because you can't get better if you don't try the treatments available to you. Also, there are definitely some cases where, especially if you've been in treatment for a very long time, like I have, there does sometimes come a point, and especially if you fit within certain demographics that are just not as respected in the medical community, aka being fat, being assigned female at birth, being mentally ill, because they assume that if you are mentally ill, you cannot possibly have a rational understanding of your own experience. That is not true. Even if I struggle to understand some things about my own reality, which is not my fault, that does not mean that I do not know myself. And there is a balance. I do not know everything. And I do try to err on the side of listening to doctors when I can. I do try to err on, I usually err on, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I will give this a try. And also, I have been mistreated many times by doctors in different ways. And, you know, sometimes that means that I don't know. I'm so fucking tired, man. I'm so fucking tired. I'm tired of treatment, if I'm honest. I'm tired of treatment. I'm tired of fucking treatment. I'm tired of treatment. I'm tired of treatment. Just medicine after medicine. And when I go to the psych ward, they're going to try to get me to take another medication. My son had better not be doing something stupid. I don't want to go check on him. Honey. What are you doing? I'm gonna hope he's fine. I'm gonna hope he's fine. He's usually fine is the thing. He's usually fine. This is my anxiety speaking, probably. He's probably fine. He's probably not doing anything stupid. But if he is... The only thing I think I have to worry about is if he starts digging a hole, which I don't think he can do from where he's at right now, so... Because sometimes he... sometimes that is a problem. So... You know what? Son, I don't trust you. As it turns out, I don't trust you. What are you doing? Please come inside. Speak now, or forever hold your peace, because... Oh, you coming in? Coming in? Hold on, hold on. Yeah, it's really hot out there, hun. It's real hot out there, huh? Did you even drink your water? He was fine. Just a little hot. So, yeah, I'm probably rambling. I don't know. I don't know what this video is. Do I ever know what these videos are? Do I ever know what I'm doing? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. I absolutely never know what I'm doing. Ever. So. I feel like I had a lot of plans for this month, and they just did not happen. A lot of things I want to work on. I want to work on my Narnia project. I'm kind of annoyed because I can't even bring my book to the hospital because it's big enough. You can bring books to the hospital, but this one is big enough that you could hit someone with it. So they won't let me have it. They think we are so much more creative than we are, if I'm honest. They think we are so much more creative than we are about hurting ourselves and each other. Sometimes it's like, man, if I wanted to kill myself, this is not the method I'd choose. Like, like some of the things they don't allow us to have, like they don't allow us to have aerosol cans of any kind, which sucks because I can't bring my axe and I'm really sad about it. You know, they don't let you do that, and that's more for, you know, like you're gonna huff it or whatever. less about killing yourself and more about, doing that. But it's also like, really? Or, like even this, like even a bracelet like this isn't allowed. I'm like, what am I going to do with it? How? Please inform me how I can kill myself with this. Please. Like, how? But whatever. It's just a general rule that they don't allow strings and stuff like that. Like even this isn't allowed. Like I can't wear this to the hospital. I've got to change before I go. Because you can't. They're like, you'll hang yourself, and it's like, great, good, okay. I should sometime show you guys like the pens they give us. Because you also can't have like normal pens because could stab yourself or someone else or something. So they give you these little dinky pens that are like, it's basically like if you've ever unscrewed like a ballpoint pen and taken out like the innards, the little thing. It's basically that. It's just this little bendy tube about this big. And that's what you have to write with while you're in there. And it is so hard. My handwriting is abysmal on the best of days when I have a good writing utensil. With these things, it's fucking impossible. It is fucking impossible to write anything well. So, but yeah. But I don't want to go, but I have to. I'll get some more hospital socks. Someday I'm gonna get all of my pairs of hospital socks and like line them up or something. I don't know. Or maybe make something out of it. That'd be fun. I don't know. I shouldn't say shit that I don't know if I'm gonna do or not. I make promises I can't keep all the time. Because I do not follow up on what I say, which is very unfortunate. And I would like to be better about that, but also, I'm struggling to survive. And sometimes I need to be compassionate on myself, and sometimes I need to be gentle on myself, and sometimes I need to push myself. And determining when it's time to do any of those things is impossible. I never know. I never have any idea when I'm supposed to be doing what. What is self-compassion? What is self-coddling? What is pushing myself a reasonable amount? What is driving myself into the ground? I never know. I'm so bad at evaluating so many things. I am the biggest faker in the world. I sound like I know so much more than I do. I sound like I am so much more capable than I actually am. I am a mess. I am a mess. I'm a mess and a problem. And I will continue to be a mess and a problem for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately for everyone involved. So yeah, I don't know. Can't even bring my watch. It sucks. Although I will say sometimes it depends on who goes through your stuff with you. Because I did have one time, the watch wouldn't be allowed at all. But I did have one time when they let one of my bracelets through. And I was like, sweet. And then the morning staff came in and they were like, why do you have that? You shouldn't have that. I'm like, so, oh well. I'm also really sad because my favorite therapist doesn't work there anymore. There was a therapist there that I really, really liked. He was really, really nice and really cool. And everyone liked him. Everyone said he was really good at what he did. He was very fucking good at what he did. And last time I went there, I found out he doesn't work there anymore, and I'm really... Is that a wasp around me? I heard something. I thought it was a wasp. Or is it just a fly? I think it's a fly. It sounds like a fly. It doesn't sound like a wasp. It sounds like a fly. It's probably a fly. Probably not something that can sting me. Terrified of getting stung. I've been stung like several times in my life. My mom tells this story about, apparently I was like around like 3 years old and I was rolling down a hill, as you do as a child. Do kids do that anymore? Roll down a hill? Just fucking, you see a hill and you just Does anyone do that anymore? We should go outside. As a society, we should go outside. But I was rolling down the hill and I apparently rolled over some kind of fucking nest in the ground and was real upset about it. Was real upset about it. Apparently they were all like inside my clothes and I got stung up so bad and they had to give me an EpiPen because I just had so much. I'm not really allergic to stings now anyways, but I was for a bit. I had to carry an EpiPen around because I apparently just had so much bee poison in me that they were like, if you get stung one more time, you might die. You're 3 years old. You're very small. So I've been stung a decent amount since then, but it fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate it. It's more scary than anything. Like it hurts, but it's more about the knowledge that I got stung. You know what I mean? Like it's not so much about the pain level. It is also about the pain level because it hurts a lot, but it's also it's more that it's like, because I feel like it hurts about the same amount as like a splinter, like a really bad splinter. I would prefer the splinter. I'd prefer the I can't talk. I'd prefer the splinter to a bee sting. I'm anxious. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But I have to. I have to. I've been on crisis text line too much. Which, by the way, no, don't burp, please. If any of this video is triggering, I will put a something somewhere to warn about the topic. Excuse me. But if you know, if you're ever struggling, you know, always remember that you know, crisis lines exist. My favorite one that I use most frequently is crisis text line, which is, you know, 741-741, and then you say something. I think you text either hope or home. You might also just be able to send anything. I don't know. I'm not an expert. This is not an ad. I'm just talking. I'm just saying shit. But I always find that one to be the most compassionate line and the easiest to use when you're in a crisis. Because for a lot of us, talking verbally on the phone is difficult when we're feeling this bad. At least for me. I feel like for a lot of us it is easier to text. Also, there's a lot of people that just have phone anxiety. And telling someone you don't know on the phone that you want to die is difficult. You know, so, you know, that's the one I recommend if you're ever looking for a crisis line. But also utilize what you feel comfortable with. Look, you know, if the 988 number pops up on Google, if you look for it. I have used 988. I mean, it's, if you really want to verbally talk to someone, 988's fine. But I prefer the text line personally. I've just found them to be the most compassionate when I've used them. So if any of this is triggering you and you need to utilize that, please do. Yeah. It is hot as balls today. My God, it's so hot. I should have left the door open. Oops. I'm just wasting your time. I'm just wasting your time. Because I don't want to stop filming. Because if I stop filming, it means I've got to go fucking pack. I don't want to. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But if I don't go, I'm not going to be okay. And that's what it comes down to, is that sometimes you gotta go even when you don't want to. And you have to remember, you're not in there forever. You're in there until you're safe to leave. It is a temporary thing. And also, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't wanna. I'm so sweaty. I'm so sweaty right now. Go away, fly, please. Ah. I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. I don't know. I don't know why I'm still here. I don't know why I'm still here. On many axes of reality, I don't know why I'm still here. Sure, someday it'll get better. One of the things I'm kind of worried about with going in is I still haven't really heard back if I'm approved for the apartment or not. I got a call from the housing coordinator. She was like, "You don't have all your paperwork in," and I'm like, "That's funny because I was told by the manager of the place that I do have it all in." So that's concerning because I should have it all in, including my dog paperwork. I got my dog paperwork in, so you know, in theory, everything should be fine. And I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, if I go to the hospital and they need to get something from me and I can't give it, are they just gonna like shut me down? I hope not. Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case. But I don't know either way. So I just gotta fucking hope. You know, I sent an email saying that I was going in so that they know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, but I know I have to. I know I have to. God, I'm so tired all of a sudden. I'm so fucking tired. Not all of a sudden, I've been tired. I'm so fucking tired. I could fall asleep right now. I could literally fall asleep right now. I'm so fucking tired. Stop it! Get away. I don't know what this is. Is this a video? I don't know. I just don't want to end it if I have something more to say, but I'm also having trouble thinking. It's really, really hard to think. My brain is so foggy. I'm always, always glad I went when I go. That's the thing. Every time I'm glad I went. And I mean, also like halfway through, I semi-regret it because I'm like, oh, I'm so bored. Because that's the worst thing about psych wards. I feel like is that you just get so bored because there's like nothing to do, which is part of the point. But also, it's. I wish they had more funding for more activities. I feel like that is something that the space needs more, is just more funding so that there's more groups, more things for us to do while we're in there. Because it is kind of miserable to just not have anything to do. And that's why it's so important that, you know, the other patients there are often the most healing part about the experience. Just because we all know what it's like. We're all struggling together, you know, and you know, we find ways to have fun. So yeah, if you know if you ever have a family member who is in one of these places, or a friend or something, see what the visiting hours are. See if you can go visit them. That is always a really nice thing when someone is able to visit, because often there are visiting hours. And also, they only let you bring certain things, but sometimes you can bring them something, and that is always a really really good way to brighten someone's day when they're in there. Is just bring something, drop it off, and they'll let it pass if if they can. Or call them. A lot of times you can call. I don't know. I'm scattered and tired. I'm very tired. I'm very fucking tired right now. Very fucking tired. I'm very fucking tired. Someday I'll probably make a fucking video about the fucking... Because I really want to make a video about, like, what to bring when you go, and what to expect, and, I really want to. And I wanted to today. But I'm too tired. I'm too tired. Just too fucking tired. I can't think. I'm so tired. It's also hot as balls. That's not helping either. It's definitely not helping either. Should probably end it. I've been going for over an hour, and I'm literally not saying anything, but I get so little time to film now, and that's kind of what I want to be doing with my time. So it's like I don't wanna stop filming. But I'm also literally not saying anything of substance anymore at all. This is not... I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, but I have to. I have to. I know myself. I know my warning signs. I know when I have to go. I think part of it is I'm also a little scared still, because last time I was there, there was a few bad events that happened in quick succession, so I'm a little afraid. I've had a lot of bad things happen while I was in the psych ward. Some of it happened like outside of the psych ward, like one of my psych ward visits. I found out my dog had cancer. Not this dog, other dog. I found out my dog had bone cancer and was gonna die. I'm gonna have to be put down. Another time I went in, a cat I loved very much died while I was in there. And then another time I got dumped while I was in there. So I've had a pretty bad track record with going. And then, the last time I went, huge fight broke out, and then, someone cracked their head open. And fingers crossed that we don't have a catastrophic visit this time. Fingers crossed nothing burns down while I'm in there. Fingers crossed I don't fucking lose the apartment because I didn't pick up the goddamn phone. Fingers crossed. I should end it. The video, not my life. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, probably a good time. Was this a video? Was this coherent at all? Was anything of substance said? Couldn't tell you. I don't remember a goddamn thing I talked about. I couldn't tell you what I said. Could not. I am not here. I am not here at all. But yeah, anyway. I'll go there today. Probably be admitted. Because that's the thing, it's you don't always know you're going to be admitted, but I'm probably going to get admitted. And then I guess I will probably say something when I get out if I'm able to get the space to make a video when I get out. But you know. So anyway. Before I fall asleep on camera, before I pass the fuck out in the middle of filming, I hear things get better. I hear they do. I hear they do. And I'm willing to believe that. I'm willing to hold out belief for that. I am. If I wasn't, I wouldn't still be here. So, there's that. Yeah. Take care of yourselves for me.